Good morning, everybody. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey, guys. All right, we finally got this set up the way I want to use it. We're going to actually be able to do time-based correction from that rack over there, and we'll be able to convert anything that's SDI broadcast or SDI outputs to this color correcting unit, which does a fantastic job. It's got some great levels, great adjustments on it. Even has its own color bars. You can put color bars straight up if you want and record those first before you capture the recording. These things, you have a setting for color bars on each one of the cards, which is fantastic. Now, color bars basically is used for setting up the proper levels, is what color bars are for. But this particular color correcting unit, man, has all the bells and whistles and very high quality. Great quality on using this unit. Anyways, we are going to be able to use this all within time-based correction from one rack to this rack. And I did get a few tapes that I did work on. We're also going to be using these SDI converters. I've got two of these. I got a rack that's coming that's going to be up on this top part. This is going to come out. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to have this rack where these two converters are screwed in. So we'll actually be able to convert any analog signals coming in to SDI to the whole setup, so I can capture the ProRes as well using time-based correction and color correction on any of these analog decks, such as this EIAJ, which is real crappy color. I'll be able to correct a lot of that now through the color corrector right here, because this color corrector will balance all those colors and levels out and fix all that, do time-based correction as well, and I can make a ProRes recording. So we'll be able to do any of these color EIAJs, but this one here is the worst one. It's a Sony AV5000 because it's a special color. It's a pilot tone. The color is very noisy, very unbalanced, very, just not very good color playback at all. But we'll be able to correct that using this color corrector in the rack, along with any other analog that I feed through this to make ProRes files, the Panasonic EIAJ, and if I do anything going ProRes from like the MFX black and white or color, it will also balance out the color balances and everything else as well. Here's what comes into play. When you have decks like these, really old video decks, the AV5000, 5000A, or MFX, or even coming off of NTSC 1-inch, or even the IVC. Here is where this particular setup really works out, because if I'm making professional files like ProRes, we have total control over the way the image looks, and we can correct it. We can correct it in time-based correction as well as correct it with the color corrector as well. So we're going to have all the tools to be able to tailor the video to look a lot better than it usually is, due to the fact we now have this color processor, which is amazing. It does produce black. It does produce color bars if needed. This is a very nice system. We're going to be able to do anything analog into this system as well with these converters. So we'll be able to take analog into this system as well and make ProRes files to these recorders. So this is going to be an amazing setup. We're going to actually be able to do some serious recording here for people, well, television stations that are very picky about their recordings, and I mean really picky. Well, here's a job I just got from two TV stations, one from KTLA in Los Angeles, the other one from two tapes from Philadelphia, and here's one that I haven't had a request for, not really the type of file that they want. Well, we're going to do ProRes uncompressed files, which is the top of the line file that most people use for video editing. But when it comes to like a solid broadcast, they want them in a file called MFX, which is a high broadcast video file. And so anyways, I wanted to show you guys a couple things here. Let's get out of this, and let me just show you the file that I got captured from KTLA. Give you guys a good idea. Very nice. All right, so this is ProRes. Looks good, but they don't want ProRes. They want MFX, which is no problem. We will convert that over into an MFX. So they'll have a broadcast file of this. This is a newscast with Sharon Tay from KTLA, TV5. I had a request for this, and they wanted an MFX file. So I take it's going to be used in maybe a retrospect look on the news team of that time or something like that, and they want it for broadcast. So as you can see, this is ProRes uncompressed. This is a very large file, but as you can also tell, I corrected all of this using the new correcting system that we just got before I made the ProRes capture, and this is 100% balanced from the original recording. The original recording was not balanced. It was off, not a lot, but it was off. Well, this here is a balanced color, balanced look to the capture in ProRes. So we're going to actually be able to take this and make an MFX broadcast file, and they'll be able to use this right on the air directly. So instead of wanting a ProRes, if they were going to use it in editing, I don't know what the application's going to be, but they wanted it in ProRes. We color corrected it, we time base corrected it, everything all the way around on this particular recording, and it looks amazing. So when we take this into an MFX file to provide them to a hard drive or a USB drive, we're going to submit this to a file, so they'll be able to actually use it. So I hope you enjoyed this video.